Out with all that,
keep playing with me.
Stop disrespecting me, nigga.
No, you just me.
You is though. Damn, I got
Hey, Deen, just give me the
Hey, come on, bro. Not gonna do nothing. Pop it to the eyes. You popping it to me like popping it to them though. Popping it to them though. You popping it to me like
Whoa, I'm not gonna lie. This fight seems a little bit different than the other one. They look like they actually wanted to tussle a little bit. It looks like the dynamic duo that was supposed to be having the best summer of a lifetime, taking over the internet by storm in the streaming industry, is ending faster than it started. Now, we can't act as if Deen the Great and Adrien Broner haven't had fights on stream at different points in their short careers.
You keep bringing up Todd. Now, man. Let's go upstairs, bro. Let's go upstairs. Let's go upstairs, bro.
Come here in front of the camera, bro.
You want to get busy, bro?
Stop playing, bro.
Huh?
Just pay the bread.
Do you want to get busy?
Quit playing, bro.
Do you want to get?
See, this is the thing that I'm talking about. I see so many of this popping back up on my feed, on my YouTube feed. And I see AB always popping off, or he's getting crazy, or he's drinking. This is crazy. Deen put this dude back on, and it just shows the disrespect this man just has for anybody. Just has disrespect for anybody. He getting his money up, and this is how he repays the man. Yeah, I've been saying for a while now that this is not gonna last. It's gonna end up being bad. They probably gonna end up fighting one of these times. But you know, I get it. Deen was trying to help him out. Deen was looking at it like this is his favorite boxer. He wanted to like help him out, put him back on. And hey, man, sometimes you just can't help everybody. But he got him to a place where he could do his own thing and probably make his own money. But AB's a crash out, man. AB is a crash out. Put that alcohol on him. Put that monster on him. He get to powering up. Yeah. And then he really can fight. That's the other thing. The dude can fight. He was nice. He never got over the Madonna fight, you know, when Madonna, you know, touched him up a little bit, but yeah, man, this is what you call a person who have no self-control. It's crazy, man.
You really want to do that?
Bro, I'm helping you.
For what it's worth, I would acknowledge that, you know, people who are friends, people who are in relationships, typically do get into spitting matches quite often. But this time it felt a little bit different. This time it felt like Adrien Broner wanted to place hands on Deen the Great. This time it felt like all of the pent-up aggression through their toxic and tumultuous relationship that has been broadcasted on stream had finally come to a head. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's gonna go a long, long way for the channel. Don't make me have to Adrien Broner you. Hit the subscribe button now. Now, back into the video. Now, I don't have to tell you this, but Adrien Broner and Deen the Great's content has always been toxic. And not just how they handle the women, not just how they handle the money, not just how they handle the alcohol, but honestly, how they handle each other. It's been full of moments that have been disrespectful, boundary pushing, over the top, and chaotic. But when you add those other factors into it, it seems as though, at least at the end of every other stream, they're always at blows. This fight, though, this fight felt like Adrien Broner was about to put pause on Deen the Great. And I'm not the only one who feels that is different. You can see in the faces and the way that the others around them react to the situation. You can tell that there's an energy shift that is not normal when these two get into some sort of argument. And usually Deen, who is the more sober one, backs away from these situations. But when he stepped back up to Adrien Broner, I really thought to myself, oh, about to get a pay-per-view fight.
I'm disrespecting me, nigga.
No, you just me.
You is though.
I love when you do like. Where they at? What up?
Pop it to them though. Pop it to them though.
This wasn't just Adrien Broner going wild and crazy while everyone was laughing at him. This was two egos boosted by alcohol, clout, and money and fame colliding in front of everybody. AB, the former boxer who feels like everybody should respect him in his presence, and then Deen the Great, the streamer who helped Adrien Broner back into the spotlight and clearly doesn't feel like he should be treated like some sort of sidekick. This fight matters because it exposed the real problem with their dynamic, the chaos that made them entertaining entertaining is now starting to damage their relationship. But this fight didn't come out of nowhere. Before Deen even walked up, Adrien was already spiraling. The reason this whole situation happened, and it's something that I would use to describe the entire Adrien Broner streaming experience, was both comical and sad. Adrien Broner was visibly drunk, like clear as day, sloppy. So sloppy, in fact, that his friend had to cut him off. Had to cut him off from the bar, tip the bartender, tell them not to give AB any more drinks, and the way that he had even lured AB back to the vehicle is because he said that there wasn't any more alcohol here, so let's go into the car and I've got alcohol for you. It's like a kid with a piece of candy. That's just embarrassing.
You took a shot right here. Ain't no more shots, bro. Come on, I got you. I got a shot. Come on. I got a shot in the car. Come on. Look at you. How you gonna?
This is, man, that's, man. Man, I had a homeboy that used to be like this, like, boy, he gotta get that monkey off his back, man. It's rough. And then, yeah, he's making money right now, but it's embarrassing, bro. Like, as a grown man, you gotta be able to control yourself and have a level of dignity, and just can't do everything for money, man. It's just a little bad. And it's for the whole world to see. For the whole world to see. And then something bad may happen to him. Not saying we want that to happen. I know I don't want it to happen. I've always been an Adrien Broner fan, but it's just, this doesn't look good, man. And it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Thing like that. How you gonna do anything like that? You moving? Well, I'm just saying though. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Get it together, nigga. Can't move like that. You two, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You gotta get some water or something.
I think this was a foreshadowing of his friends letting us know where this night was going to end with Adrien Broner. Look at how he's stammering through this bar or restaurant. He's bumping into people. His face looks totally faded. He looks gone from reality, and he has no full control over what his actions are. And I know most of us have been in a situation like this, and especially as somebody who is a sober person, I've definitely seen this before. Now we're outside yelling, screaming at security guards, yelling at women, totally embarrassing people. It's going wild. It's going left, quick, fast, in a hurry.
But I'll get on your ass, too. Your ass, too.
Like, what? Like,
As everybody tries to hurry AB into a car to get him away from this whole situation. Before Deen the Great even confronts Adrien Broner is leaving a mess everywhere that he walks this specific night. Mind you, anything that Adrien does is always going to get tied back to Deen the Great. And this is where Deen the Great steps in, and things go left from here.
I mean,
Hey, y'all go with Deen. But I killed.
Hey, chill.
Get off of me, man.
Chill out.
Go with Deen.
Chill out. Hold on.
Go
Who's he talking? What's going on, Kel?
There's nothing.
Come on, man.
I'm not playing, bro.
See, and this is why at my ripe old age, I don't deal with people who are excessive drinkers. Hell, I don't really deal with people that drink at all, because this is just tiring to even watch.
Man.
For no apparent reason, Adrien Broner snaps on anybody and everybody in his eye shot. He's screaming at the security guards. He's screaming at the cameraman. He's screaming at people that are actually there trying to help him into the next place in space before he gets arrested by the police that are on this street. And so naturally, when Deen the Great gets into his eye shot, he turns the tides on him. He starts going off in an insane manner that is not just incoherent, but it's also disrespectful. And I feel Deen in this type of situation. I'm glad that he stood up for himself, but also he needs to acknowledge this monster was created by him. As a famous ex-boxer, Adrien Broner is used to people just folding. One, because he's paying them. Two, because he can truly beat the brakes off of 98% of people. But that's why this moment felt so different to me for two reasons. One, Deen would do some sort of folding, generally speaking, but this time he stood his ground. And then two, Adrien Broner's not just yelling at some randeezy, somebody that he hired and therefore can fire and replace in a matter of days. He's yelling at the person who put him in this situation, put him in the forefront, made him relevant again, put money back in his pockets through streaming. And now he's willing to even disrespect him, showing the lack of control that he has for any and everybody. And I think this is why pattern recognition is so important. It'd be different if this was a one-off instance, but if you look at the totality of this relationship, there have been numerous, and I do mean numerous times in which this partnership has been tested and tried due to the alcohol, the money, the women, the fame, all these different things.
Speed up in front of the camera, bro. You want to get busy, bro?
Stop playing, bro.
Huh?
Just pay the bread.
Do you want to get busy?
Swing, quit playing, bro.
Do you want to get
Pay
busy?
me my money, nigga.
Huh? Nigga,
Just pay my bread.
let's go
That's
get
what-
busy. Drink, let's go, bro. Let's go. You get too drunk, let's go, nigga. Let's go.
Yeah, as a real street nigga, you're not gonna keep talking to me like that. Now, some of you may be thinking, is this one long and continuous fight? Some of you may be thinking, man, AB continues to get close in Deen's face. I'm thinking to myself, boy, his breath must smell like doo-doo. But I think the grander picture here is that in all of these situations and circumstances, two things continuously stand out. One, Adrien Broner always feels like he's challenged for some reason. And I think that shows his ego and it speaks to, you know, who he is as a person or an individual, especially when somebody's just giving him good advice or saying that maybe you should not drink or gamble with these types of people because they will pew-pew you. And then second and most important, you never see Deen the Great start any of these sorts of altercations or arguments. The only thing that Deen ever really says in any of these instances is, hey, let's try not to drink. Hey, let's be a little less rowdy. Hey, you're making these people uncomfortable around you, so maybe we should tone down what we're doing. And for whatever reason, Adrien Broner every single time finds this as some sort of disrespect or challenge to his manhood, to the tune of taking it to another level, to the tune of wanting to actually get in Deen the Great's face, to the tune of what we saw this other night, potentially putting hands on Deen the Great. And you would think that somebody like an Adrien Broner would do a better job of being appreciative of somebody like Deen the Great, who literally changed and saved his life.
Like a month ago, I wasn't talked about. It was like motherfuckers forgot about me. Then my brother brought me from under a rock, and now we the biggest streamers of the world. The biggest.
Yeah, see, that's that bipolar stuff. Where one day, but it's mainly when he's sober, when he's talking like this. When he's talking like, oh yeah, man, he changed my life, he doing things for me. But then when he start drinking, he forget all that and start acting a fool. I'm telling you, I had a homeboy like this. I'm not gonna say his name or nothing like that, but what I will say, we don't hang out no more. We went to a club, place that I like to go to, and he just acted a fool. They knew me in there. They cut him off. He gets upset. I get him out the place. He blames me for like taking a side. Like, what do you mean taking a side, bro? They can't serve you no more alcohol. That's why we don't hang out no more, because it gets draining to deal with someone that has an alcohol problem, that just can't control their liquor. And it's not like they're not trying to, but they just drink so heavy, they lose control. And you never want to lose control out in public, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to run into. Things can happen in a split of a second. And hey, it doesn't always work out your way or in your favor. But yeah, this is like the bipolar part of Adrien Broner, where he's congratulating him and thanking him for bringing him back to life, hey, changing his life, helping him out. But then he's going around still giving out money to everybody that wasn't there for him, that didn't look out for him. It's like the dude just, he don't think. He don't think. Man.
And from the first stream, we just been going up, and he changed my life, bro. My nigga back on his feet. I'm back clean. Like, I'm getting haircuts and fresh outfits again. Like, so.
But you see, I feel like that's what makes that whole money argument that they were having earlier so much more interesting and so sad at the same time. The relationship is not just two friends making funny content. There is a real struggle underneath it all. Adrien Broner started this whole streaming run very, very humble. But the more attention that he got, the more his old life, old arrogance, and old bravado came back. That's why every time I can't consume these argumentative fighting clips as some one-offs. This isn't some one-time misunderstanding. This is Adrien Broner reminding the world, reminding Deen the Great, and reminding even his doubters who he truly is.
You bigger than the program.
Who think they bigger than the program? A program, gang. I never cared about a program.
That's your problem, though.
I am the problem. Look it up. I've been the problem since I came out, bro.
People kind of forget that Adrien Broner was at the peak of boxing, not just because he had a phenomenal record, but also because he had one of the biggest and best cosigns of all time. He was tied to Floyd Mayweather, the biggest boxer of my generation. Could you imagine having a mentorship / relationship with the biggest and best in that specific field that you are getting being mentored in during that time, I think people would literally do anything to be in that situation. I know for a fact they wouldn't squander it, but we're talking about Adrien Broner. You see, Floyd Mayweather is not just some random critic. Outside of him being the biggest boxer in the world at the time, he was also somebody who was pouring life and wisdom into Adrien Broner. He was somebody who was uplifting him, guiding him, and molding him to be the next Floyd Mayweather. But all of the antics, all of the bravado, all of the arrogance that was displayed out in public, especially when it's not tied to an elite work ethic, started to get underneath Floyd Mayweather's skin to the tune of him giving what I would consider some slight criticism about how Adrien Broner gave a technical knockout to another fighter. Literally all Floyd did was criticize how Adrien Broner went about this fight and what he could have done better. And do you think that Adrien Broner took that the best? Absolutely not. It's AB that we're talking about.
Whereas Adrien Broner, you know, we had talks before in the past, and I love him. And he's going to be world champion again. I'm always, you know, preaching to Adrien Broner and telling him, you know, the same guys that you beat early on in your career is not the same guys that you're going to face when you get to a certain level or when you get to a certain status.
And this is why those parallels between how Adrien Broner dealt with Floyd Mayweather and how Adrien Broner is dealing with Deen the Great are so similar. Post being called out, Adrien Broner in his next fight takes to the ring to do something most people would say is stupid. But tell me if you see a pattern here.
But y'all probably know about this. Somebody that I look up to, somebody that I admire, took the chance to do an interview and just talk all bad about me. I'm a man that learns shit from physical activity, so me and Floyd, he gotta see me. He gotta see me.
Now, naturally, the two never fought because this would be a ridiculous fight to take. But I do think that exposes and foreshadows the future of an Adrien Broner. Now, I'm not saying that you always gotta be this person who is humble in the face of disrespect. But for what it's worth, I think, you know, in this interview, Floyd Mayweather was pretty tame in his criticism. Kind of like when Deen the Great tells Adrien Broner, let's just stop drinking. And for what it's worth, I do think that Adrien Broner does blow things out of proportion. Kind of like when he gets in the face of a Deen the Great and disrespects him, spits on him, and all this other stuff like that. So we're establishing this pattern here. Adrien Broner is at the bottom, like he said, eating cornflakes and water, coming from nothing. In the Deen the Great case, he was nothing from his boxing career. A person who was getting humiliated left, right, and sideways on social media. It's this person that comes and uplifts them out of the situation that he's in. And if that person then gives them a little bit of criticism, then ultimately Adrien Broner feels attacked and feels the need to be disrespected. The only difference between how Adrien Broner treated Floyd Mayweather in his call out and Deen the Great in his call out is there's no alcohol involved. Adrien Broner's problem is not that people never help him. The problem is what happens after the people help him. Once he feels up again, he starts acting like he does not need the people who helped him get there. But this is something that Adrien Broner has to be wary of. Deen the Great keeps forgiving him. Floyd Mayweather did not. And we'll see how it plays into the future. For what it's worth, I do think Adrien Broner and Deen the Great will make up. And the reason is simple. The partnership still benefits the both of them. Just as much as Adrien Broner is seeing extremely high views and monetary success on Kick, so is Deen the Great. Make no mistake in that situation. Adrien gets the money, the relevance, the viral clips, access to younger streamers, and enough to trick off on women and drink alcohol. Deen gets the content, the attention, the chaotic co-star, and for what it's worth, he no longer has to be the butt of the jokes like he was a couple months ago with Rampage Jackson and Larry Wheels. But the problem is that not just in the content sense, Adrien Broner in and of itself is a little too unpredictable. And the only reason why I say too unpredictable is because he continues to go on these same cycles every single time. The drinking, the arguments, women, disrespect, crash out, all for the viral clips. And then he's gonna divert back to this whole humble gimmick. I wanna grow, I wanna be this, that, and the third and the fourth, just for him to get that brown liquor back into his system and go crazy again. This is why this duo, this dynamic duo, is so dangerous in the first place. But what Adrien Broner doesn't understand in all of this is that at some point, people do have a breaking point. Floyd Mayweather's breaking point was a little bit earlier in their relationship. Why? Because he was already making millions of dollars boxing. He didn't necessarily need to have an Adrien Broner underneath his belt. It wouldn't have affected his bottom line in the slightest. Before Deen the Great, who does, you know, need an Adrien Broner, he can continue to push those boundaries, at least for now. What's gonna happen when Deen the Great makes a name for himself in streaming outside of his Adrien Broner collaborations? What's gonna happen when he finds a new partner? What's gonna happen when he just ultimately gets fed up with the disrespect?
Yeah.
The person that's gonna get thrown to the side is not gonna be Deen the Great. He'll go off into whatever path he walks, but it's Adrien Broner. And when left to his own vices, we know how that's played out in the past. Hopefully they have some sort of real deal conversation behind closed doors about how to proceed with this, because this is not sustainable. I don't think Deen the Great is gonna continue to be disrespected, and I think if you give Adrien Broner enough time, he will do something that he regrets, just like he did in his boxing career. It's only bound to happen again.
Well, I believe
Got with all that, nigga.
yeah, I believe that it's pretty much gonna happen at some point. That they're gonna move on, honestly. Just because you can't keep having all these type of arguments, type of physical altercation without nothing actually happening. Eventually something's gonna happen because the disrespect is gonna be to the point where I have to prove to you that you just can't talk to me like you lost your mind. Like, you may whip my ass, you may do whatever you gotta do, but as a man, you gonna have to, you gonna have to go on and get up in that. And then at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You just can't talk to people crazy all day long, man, and think they just gonna deal with it. And that type of crash out and that type of stuff, yeah, it's bringing money right now, but you're losing so much money doing other things. You can't. There's so many things that Deen can probably do that can't actually happen because of the person that he's attached to. People that you're attached to can make you miss money just as much as you doing something stupid can make you miss money. Just the people that you're attached to. And AB is as great as he was, he had a real big fallout with people because of how he comes across. When he's upset, when things doesn't go his way, and now if you look at it, a person that's been looking out for him for this whole time, he's doing like he's up in his face. Yeah, I just don't see how a person can deal with that. Even if I'm making money off of you, I'm gonna just have to move around because I'm gonna have to do my own thing and just find somebody else to either do it with, or we're just gonna have to make some content on my own. And Deen was doing things on his own before this. It's just now he's bigger now because I didn't even really know who he was until Wheeler had slapped the shit out of him, but. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know who he really was. He went on Vlad one time and, talked about his situation and stuff like that. But I swear, this content is up every day, popping up on my feed. And I'm just tired of seeing it. Just the arguments and stuff like that. Just all the fighting and stuff, because we could do better than that. And if that's all we have to put out here and embarrass ourselves, yeah, I'd rather watch something else. But like I said, that's all I got for you. And if you like the content, man, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back and holler at your boy because we're going to keep this coming. And this has been my show. Peace.